You're being judged for your voice. This isn't just a performance. You're being judged for your voice by Steven Tyler and Jennifer Lopez and Randy Jackson. Yeah. And you were not given a rehearsal. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? This is Jacob Burton from Jacob Burton Studios coming at you today with a very special video and a special guest, my friend Kendra Chantelle. Kendra, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
It was so nice to have you here. We are going to be not only reacting to one of Kendra's performances on American Idol season 10, but we are also going to get a very special backstory to this performance. So before we dive on in, if you love reaction videos, if you love reactors who are going to give you professional feedback on singers in the music industry, make sure and hit that subscribe button and follow along for this journey. So what made you want to audition for American Idol?
You know, at the time, that was 10 years ago, there wasn't this huge handful of reality TV shows for singing. It was kind of like the last little bit of American Idol being the one singing show that was out. So it seemed like such an incredible opportunity. I had been in Nashville for a few years at that point, playing my solo music and trying to get the artist thing going, but no real traction had happened. So when the opportunity presented itself, I thought, why not? Why not take a chance?
That is so cool. So tell us about what happened leading up to, you have many amazing performances. You sang Blackbird with Paul.
Yeah.
What's his last name?
McDonald. He's also a Nashville artist.
Okay. He was famous for his big smile.
Yeah.
Remember that? But y'all did an amazing duet. And actually, a cool story I should mention, around this time I was a senior in college at the University of Georgia, and me and all my friends each week would watch American Idol. So we saw the performance that we're about to react to today, including your other performances, and just thought, man, this girl's such a great singer.
Aww.
And just a funny story, when I met Kendra, we were getting coffee one day. We were just kind of talking about life, talking about vocal coaching, and I had said, you're such a great singer, Kendra. Have you ever thought about auditioning for one of these talent shows? And she said, well, I was on American Idol 10 years ago, so I had that experience. And I said, did you sing Georgia on My Mind? And she was like, yeah, I did. I said, I remember you. I was like, whoa, I cannot believe, because I knew you for a minute before I made that connection. So kind of a crazy small world that we live in. Tell us about what's happening at that point with you and your future in the competition.
Leading up to the live rounds, we had a top 12 girls night, a top 12 boys night, and everyone was going to sing and get votes. And then whoever got chosen as the top 10 out of everyone was going to be marked safe. And then they were going to pick 6 of us to sing for a wild card round. It was sing for your life. You get one last shot, and out of those 6, they're going to keep 3, which would make the top 13.
Wow.
For the top 12 girls night, I had sang Impossible by Christina Aguilera. It was a song her and Alicia Keys wrote. It was on her Stripped album. It was like vocal goals my whole childhood. So I was like, please let me sing this song. And so I did that song, and the next day we were doing a live show straight into the wild card rounds. And I woke up that morning just knowing, you're singing one of the wild card songs tonight. And I had no way of knowing that other than just gut feeling. I just felt it when I woke up, and I was thinking, don't manifest going home, don't entertain that thought. But I just kind of felt it looming. And the day of filming, we had practices for everyone to run through their wild card song just to be prepared, because there were 6 of us that were doing that. And they had Haley Reinhart sing Fallen by Alicia Keys the night before on the top 12 girls night.
We love Haley Reinhart, by the way.
Oh my gosh, she can do no wrong. She is as sweet and as kind and magical as she seems, and then some.
She was like a baby on that
She
show,
was a
too.
baby.
17 or 16 or something?
Maybe 18, but can sing her face off and is just a doll. And she had sang the ever-loving crap out of Fallen.
Yeah.
And the judges didn't have a negative thing to say about the way she sang it, but they said, this song has been so overdone if we ever hear anyone sing it again, if Alicia Keys herself comes here and sings this song, it'll be too soon. Like, y'all really need to think about your song choices. And because it had been a song that I sang way earlier in the show, that never got shown, but it was somewhere around, I think, the top 40, something that we did for the producers. I had chosen that song. That was the song that they wanted me to do for my wild card performance. When we got into that room that day and they're saying, okay, if you get chosen tonight, here's what you're going to sing, here's what you're going to sing. And they told me, you're going to sing Fallen. And I was like, I don't think I can, because I just heard the judges say last night, like, they never ever want to hear this song again.
And they said that on live TV.
Yes.
So America heard the judges say we never want to hear that song again.
Ever.
And you're booked to sing it the next
Right. And I'm also having this overwhelming feeling of like, you're absolutely singing tonight. You're going to be one of those 6 people. So I just felt like this really strong conviction of like, I have to sing anything but that. And I expressed my feelings to the producers and they're like, it's too late in the game to change something. Like, we've got these arrangements worked out. And I was like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to look like a fool if I knowingly sing the song that they just said, don't you dare sing that. And they're like, well, you can pick another song that you did throughout the audition process. You're not going to be able to run through it. You know, like, you're just going to have to take your chances. And I was like, I'll do that, because I would rather sing anything than the song y'all don't want to hear. I specifically know you don't want to hear that. And one of the very early rounds of Hollywood Week, I had done Georgia on My Mind by Ray Charles. He's my favorite. He was my first concert when I was 5 years old.
What? You've seen Ray Charles live?
My parents took me to see him at the Tennessee Theater. And the entire time I just remember like grabbing my dad's arm and being like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. Like, what that guy's doing, I have to do that. So I was comforted by that song early in my audition process and just remember loving singing it and feeling like I really connected to it because it just made me think about all the reasons why I was there. And so I talked them into letting me do that song. And so, you know, fast forward to later that night, I ended up doing that song for the wildcard performance. And to this day, I go places and people are like, are you that girl that sang Georgia? And I'm like, I am. And I always follow up with, I got sent home like right after that. And they're like, what? It's like nobody remembered that fact.
Right.
But I'm just really glad that I got to like leave a lasting mark with that exit performance.
You did leave a lasting mark, as to the degree that, 10 years later, I remember thinking, me and my whole group of friends who used to watch American Idol that season, thinking, how could you send her home after that? Like, it just made no sense. So you definitely left nothing left unsaid.
That was my goal. I mean, I remember, and it's a lesson in like, be specific with your prayers. I prayed a lot that day and I was like, God, I don't really care what happens. Just give me a final chance to like really make a lasting impression and like sing with like every bit of my voice that I have. And I think he heard it. And, you know, of course, sometimes I wished I would have been like, let me go through. But I think I got the part that I really wanted. So
that's amazing. Let's just do a quick replay. You're being judged for your voice. This isn't just a performance. You're being judged for your voice by Steven Tyler and Jennifer Lopez and Randy Jackson. Yeah. And you were not given a rehearsal. That's the craziest thing.
You now know that of all the votes, there was a top 10 chosen and you weren't it.
Well, I guess we should just see what happens.
What are you going to sing for us now?
I'm going to do Georgia on My Mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, going for it, Kendra, Georgia on My Mind. Take it away.
Arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly, still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Oh. just an old sweet song. Keeps Georgia on my mind. Oh,
That is insane! Look at them! They have to clap.
Good job. Come on up here. Come on up here.
They want to be judges, but they can't. They can't judge that.
And Randy, I saw your face while she
So
was singing.
relieved.
What did you think?
There, I'm
It
like,
started a little low. I didn't know where you were going, and dude, you rocked it at the end.
I didn't know
She
where
had
you
all
were
kinds of
going.
notes up
I
there.
didn't either.
Very nice.
No.
Find out if Kendra did enough to make it. Head backstage. We'll be with you in a moment. Thank you very much, Kendra. Good luck.
Oh my God. No rehearsal. Didn't even have so much as a key for her song. 25 million people watching. And wow. Have you always just kind of had like nerves of steel?
No. What's funny is I think about like that performance in particular is one of the first moments in my life where I felt like really cool and calm, like, oh, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. But I think it's because I spent like my entire childhood dreaming of being on big stages like that. And everything that you have to do in between is so not what you envision when you're playing like small rooms and like 4 of your friends are there, or like maybe they're not.
Maybe, yeah.
That's really terrifying. And I always was so nervous in that setting that I thought, maybe I'm not a singer, you know, like maybe this just isn't for me because I cannot get my nerves under control. But then I felt so weirdly just like, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be on that performance, that I was like, oh, I think it's because this is what I had in mind, you know, like not really tiny clubs.
Wow, you visualized it.
Yeah.
And you claimed it for your life.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Amazing.
I was
Wow.
definitely nervous though. I mean, that's a lot.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today and doing this reaction video. I'm sure this was kind of an interesting, nostalgic experience.
Yeah, it was a fun walk down memory lane. Thank you for having me.